Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you how I created these two cards using some of the new products that are available in the shop now. First up, this background die called Pierced Heart background, and I am going to die cut this into a slimline panel, and as you can see, this die doesn't have edges, so you can use it with different card formats. I decided on a standard slimline, which is 3.5 by 8.5 inches, and I'm just going to glue this on top of a light peach colored cardstock just to give it a little bit of interest. Obviously you could do inlay here, that would give you a different kind of texture, but I think for my purposes this was enough, and then it's quick and easy as well, and I'm gluing this on top of the card base. Now another new die in the shop is the You Take the Cake, and this one is a collaboration with my friend Paige Evans. And I die cut the cake from white heavyweight cardstock for the first card, and as you can see I'm actually gluing all of it on another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to fussy cut it out, and I will also add back the little pieces that fell out. I kind of regretted doing all this after. Normally, well, a lot of the times I do this with die cuts that I'm using all the pieces and then I'm adding colorful pieces on top to create another layer and kind of a dimensional look. But with this cake, it just, I don't know, I wasn't in love with the result. I think doing the traditional inlay would have been better, but yeah, I didn't want to redo the whole thing, so I just went with it, and I did the traditional inlay on the second one instead. I was creating these cards for my best friend's twins who were turning 13 recently, and it's a boy and a girl, so it gave me, you know, the option to create a feminine and a masculine version of this card. So I just wanted to show you that you can use this for anybody. You don't necessarily have to use the flower that is also in the die set, obviously. So you can add a lot of colors with this one. You can add different colors for every single piece, but I did not, at least not at the top. And here I was wondering if I should add that blue piece, the outline piece, but then I didn't like the look that much, so I just filled it like, you know, like you would a cut file basically. So I am cutting multiple sections at the same time. Whatever, you know, like you leave a gap and then you add paper behind the next one, so it doesn't actually take that all that long. I mean, looking back, it never seems that long, you know, but I also don't really notice the time when I'm working on cards. I'm always just shocked that so many hours already went by. I just don't notice. I guess that's a good thing, or so this middle section I'm using two different peach colors for. There's a well, one is a little bit lighter than the other one. Maybe you cannot really tell in this light. And then I'm just gluing down everything with my liquid glue. And this will be the girl's cake, as you can probably tell. And for this one, I am going to create two of those flowers that come with the um, set, and I will also do inlay technique on those. You don't actually have to. I think they would look beautiful without adding any color. I do love white on white. I just never seem to do it. I think I love colors too much. And as you can see for the flower, I also created a solid die so that you don't have to fussy cut this out, because obviously doing an inlay technique is easier if you have a backing piece. And usually what I used to do anyway, I would glue the die cut on top of some paper, and then I would fussy cut it out. So I wanted to make it easier. Since this is a small die, it doesn't add a huge cost. So you have the backing piece there. And obviously you could also add some double-sided adhesive on the bottom, so then it's easier or quicker to do the inlay. I just liquid glue is just my preference. Then there is this new set called You Can Count on Me, which is a number set. There are these big numbers that come with an outline. Here I decided to not use the outline. And then there is another new set called Folklore, and it has this tiny sentiment in it that says happy birthday. It comes with the sentiment itself, and then a shadow die, and that's what I'm using for this card because the size was great, and I like the font on it as well. So I'm adding some foam tape to the cake, and just to add some texture and dimension. But you could most definitely just use any kind of glue you prefer. And yeah, this card is going to be finished soon. The flower, you can also, well, you don't have to use so many different colors, or you can also use 3 different colors for the flowers. I only use 2 in these cases, but you can use an even darker shade for the middle if you like. I just wanted to make it easy, I think. Then I'm placing one of the flowers around the top tier and the second one between the second and the third tiers, and gluing down everything, and then I'm about done. So I don't know if you checked out the new release and what you think. I hope you like the new products. I do have 6 videos on the channel today. I think I'm gonna post them every 15 minutes. And yeah, so moving on to the second one, I did not include high back that because it's the same thing, except I did proper like the traditional inlay, so I don't have a white layer under those colorful or color cardstock pieces. Now this is an older stamp set that I don't have anymore in the shop, but maybe some of you have it. It's called It's Your Party, I think, and that's exactly what I'm going to stamp here in navy. And then to add something in the background because I didn't like all that white. I'm using another new dye called Cutie Cum Confetti. Again, this is a dye that you can use on any card format because it doesn't have edges, and then it has these fun stitches around the confetti. And you could also use this just to create confetti in all kinds of colors, and then it's kind of like a jumbo size. There are smaller ones in it as well, but mostly it's bigger circles. I think there's 4 different sizes, so it's easier to back it. You don't have to necessarily put every single shape exactly in the right spot, if that makes sense. You can just, what I did here, for example, I'm cutting different sections from different color cardstock, and then I'm gonna mix it up on the background, mix these 3 colors. But obviously you could just die cut the whole thing from one color and then again from a different color, and then you have a whole bunch of confetti. So I'm kind of trying to space it out and not put a lot of the same color next to each other, but of course when you only have 3 colors and different sizes next to each other, it's a bit harder. But I didn't want to cut extra pieces, so I just went with it. And once I figure out how I want the design to be, I'm starting to glue down all these pieces using liquid glue. Again, you could put some double-sided adhesive on the panel below, and then it's very easy to add back these confettis. I'm trimming off the excess, and then the background is actually done. And now I'm adding the cake. Again, I used some foam tape for dimension, and I used foam tape on the number as well. And here you can see that the number has outlines. And I think I did not show this in this video how I did that, but in one of the videos from today you will see that for sure. I probably created that video earlier than this one. That's why I didn't show it. So check out the other videos as well. I hope you like them. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.